Hello, it's us. Very good morning, good afternoon or good evening to wherever you are in the world. Welcome to another edition of Something for the Weekend. Christ, I haven't been here for so long, I've forgotten what to say. With Tony and me, the Guv'nor. All right?
Yeah, ready when you are.
So, should we start on this little bit in the corner?
Yeah.
We haven't actually even booked this in yet. But this is some of the kit that we've got used. And the reason Tony's quite excited, as much as I am, is that this kit was bought years and years ago by a customer who genuinely didn't use it. I know you've heard the thing, it's hardly been used. Well, this really hasn't been used. It hasn't even been priced up yet. It's been upstairs for checking, but it hasn't been priced. FT-897, if you're looking for one that is in a time warp, as you can see. It's got the ML&S sticker on it, so that's good news. IC-R8500. And this hasn't been stuck back on. I don't think it's ever been off.
No.
It's absolutely like new. Again, all supplied by me originally. There's the original label back in Chertsey, probably, I should imagine. Who wants a VR5000 that literally hasn't been used? I doubt if you'll find another one in the country that's literally been sitting in the box.
Exactly,
Tony.
yeah. And beauty of this one as well is we do have a DSP1 module as well.
You'll have to, possibly by the time this video's out, it will be on the web, but if it isn't and you're interested in a Time Warp VR5000, we've got one. But what really got me excited, and Tony said, come over here, Martin, you're old enough, probably remember that, was an SM220. And again, I used to sell these when I was with Bernie and Brenda, and this is so old, it's even got the Trio sticker over it. And if you want to make it Kenwood, you can, because literally just pick it off. I don't want to. SM220 band scope monitor, which interfaced with the TS-820. And yes, it's got the band scope interface. BS8, was it, John?
BS8 band scope.
BS8, God, see, I even remember those names. But again, it really is in incredible condition.
Beautiful.
Yeah, made in Japan, proudly. So if you're looking for the SM20 to finish your TS-820 lineup, give Tony or one of the lads a ring and I'll have a price for you on that.
Yep.
Right, come on then, let's wander over up the other end of the showroom where we normally stand.
All right. Do you like me to go through?
Yeah,
one
go
now?
on, you
Yeah,
start.
shall we
Yeah, you start. Yeah.
Where should we go from? Let's have a look. Okay, so we'll go from one of my firm favourites, basically.
Go on then.
FT-450D.
What can I say?
So again, these keep coming in time after time after time. Great radio for if you're a beginner just taking your foundation license, and also great backup radio. So HF 6 meters, 100 watts, built-in ATU, and a pretty good ATU on these as well.
Yeah.
Good thing with these radios, they're great for portable as well. And again, as I did with the used video last week, if you want to sell them for us, we will give you good money for them as well.
Yeah, the only big downside is that Yaesu don't make them anymore, and the big downside is because we'd still sell hundreds of them. And we did plead with Yaesu Japan, make them out, make it a Mark III and do something to it, because people keep wanting to buy them. They really are not just a great radio to access ham radio, they're a really good second rig. The 450D.
Yeah, very simple to use.
Yeah, they
really
are. They're just nice. In fact, I was speaking to John Mace, G3ZTU, if you're watching, John. John taught me Morse code, would you believe, when I was at Rakel BCC. I think we worked it out, it was 40 years ago. And twice a week he taught me Morse code at one of the little offices at Rakel BCC in Wembley. Then on Friday my payment term was getting him a pie and a pint. And we went out yesterday. We've both got a lot older, and it was great seeing him. So hello to you, John. And the reason I mentioned that is that we were talking about the 450D, and he said what a shame that isn't around anymore. What else? We've got FDM Duos. I've mentioned these before in red. Years ago at Friedrichshafen, I said to Franco, the owner, why don't you make a red one? Come on, you're Italian. I thought Italians like things in red. So he bought this out, a 5-watt SDR, which he already had out in black and silver. And he very kindly said, because you told me to do it, I've stuck an MLS on the screen print. So they are limited edition, they don't make them anymore.
No, it's very
they
true.
don't. No.
Okay, I'll go over to the IC-910HX, so from Icom. Beauty of this one as well 270 and 23 cents.
Oh, it's 23 fitted,
yeah,
is it?
so you get 23. Not really before my time. This is my time, so I should know. It's 10 watts, I believe.
It is 10 watts.
It is 10 watts, yeah.
10 watts on 23, correct.
Yeah, so 10 watts on 23, 100 watts on HF, and HF on 2 meters. So I'm going to carry away with the 9100 now.
And about 75 watts on 70 sems. And next to it, to go down the, again, this was Icom's basic entry radio, the IC-718. Which again they no longer make. So if you can't quite stretch to a 450D with a tuner, then look at the 718, a very basic transceiver. The advantage is it did have a keyboard entry, which was quite nice.
Keyboard entry. One thing to bear in mind as well, if you like to go on 10 FM, etc., is there's no tuner and also no FM on these.
Nope.
So,
no.
Bear that in mind, which isn't a downside, but you know.
Well, just on about 450Ds, we've got one there.
We do.
A snip 475. There is a reason it's 475, and the reason is, if you look very, very closely, you can see a mark on the display, on the screen there. I don't know whether we can still get replacement bezels with plastic screens. We probably can do, but you know, I'm not being funny. When it's switched on, you won't even notice it. Yeah. IC-7400s, the Icom, HF. 2 meters, 100 watts on HF and 2 and 6, of course. They replaced it with a more up-to-date model, a 7410, was it?
7410.
Which, for some bizarre reason, somebody thought we won't bother putting 2 meters on it because people don't want 2 meter sideband. Well, we do. So needless to say, they're quite rare, and that's 675 quid.
That's a great radio.
It is a really, really good radio. Yeah.
Okay, 7300s.
Oh.
So one here.
Another one there.
I do like buying these in.
And another one ahead.
Exactly,
above.
yeah. Most of these come in as upgrades to Icom 7610, the bigger brother or sister. You all know about the 7300, so SDR based, so there's no weight to it if you do want to go portable again.
No.
And simple interface with USB for digital modes, FT8 for example.
And 4 meters.
4 meters. Exactly.
Which they left off the IC-705, but we won't go there.
So that's a great buy, especially with the new pricing on the Icom products now. It's looking at used equipment, and you know these are 2 or 3 years old. So it's really worth going for a used bit of kit as well.
Talking of antiques, I've just noticed KW107 EZEE Match by KW Electronics in Dartford. Rody Shears is no longer with us, KW. But they really are still a really good tuner, and got one there at 149 quid, which is probably about 50 quid more than it was 100 years ago. But it costs you more than that to build it. And I've just noticed, going back into time, an FL-2010, the little 10 watt 2 meter linear. Blimey, has this been used as well?
I don't know. I think it has. It's in very good condition.
Look at that.
Very good condition for it.
Yeah, 3 watts up, 3 watts in, 10 watts out. A proper linear amplifier, and your little 817 sat on that. So if you've got an FT-817, or indeed any QRP 2 meter transceiver, isn't that lovely? With the original box for 88 quid. I don't know where £88 came from, but
we knew it'd annoy you.
Was it 88 quid? It's not right, is it?
It was like the 187, I think we had
yeah,
one.
It's terrible.
Yeah, we do every now
we got a 70.
So yeah, I just wanted to show one of these. Now, do you remember when we moved from Chertsey to here?
We did.
And we found a box of 703s?
Yes, we did, that we didn't know we had.
No, exactly, which was great. 703, if you want to go out and about, and even great for a mobile radio, 10 watts power output, so ideal for foundation guys and girls. Good thing with this, built-in ATU as standard, and HF in 6 meters.
A nice machine, and when they stopped making it, everybody wanted them, which is typical. Nice machine. Looks exactly the same as an IC-706, which was the 100 watt version, without a tuner in it.
Do you want to go big?
Don't have a tuner. Yeah, go on, let's go large.
Should we go big? Should we go large, as they say? So the 990 has gone, and I did keep telling you, if you want it, buy it.
I know, because that chap rang up and couldn't believe it sold, had
exactly. So you've got a very good deal on that one. Beautiful condition. So 7800 Mark II from Icom, HF in 6 meters, 200 watts. Now I call this one the 80 meter radio.
Yeah, go on.
Because all of the nets on 80 meters.
Yeah, they're all using those. Yeah,
we've all got them. All got them.
You can normally tell by the excellent audio.
Exactly. Good thing with this again, you've got your waterfall display, as standard, and full colour screen as well. And if we're going to stay big,
yeah, go on.
7851 still here.
Yeah. surprisingly.
I am surprised. We've had a lot of interest.
I did speak to Bob Stockley, who's the MD of Icom UK, and said, Bob, there must be some of these 781s still, 785 still about somewhere. Surely you can get me one. And he said, no, they've actually stopped making them. The price of components, etc., was so high that they no longer manufacture it. So if you're always thinking about a 7851, we have one. It is immaculate. It's got the box.
Yeah, all fully boxed, all complete. Really loved by the previous owner. He did have a small tear in his eye when he left it.
Yeah, I bet he did actually. He sold it to finance something else, and it wasn't amateur radio, it was a car. Yep. Good luck to him, same as me. So that's available at 7851, and yes, we will very gladly take trade-ins and finance and all the rest of it if we can do that.
And again, for the guys as well in Northern Ireland.
Yes.
I know it's used. I know you're going to get VAT on top. Again, give me a call if it's something you've really wanted. We'll see if we can sort of work a deal for you. I'll have a chat with Martin and we can maybe we can meet halfway or somewhere.
It's a mad situation, but we won't go into that.
We'll see what we can do for you.
Other wirelesses, another 718 here, which I notice really is in beautiful condition, and that's a 549 TS-590SGs, of course. Used again, look at the condition of that. That's a big saving on new.
Now these are a great saving now as well.
I know
9700s.
I know.
So, you know,
I mean, how much are those new now?
Not far from £2,000 basically, yeah. So great saving on that. 2 meters, 70 sems, 23 sems, SDR based. That and a 7300.
Yeah, you've got it. Yeah, I did mention that to Peter.
I saw that, Peter.
Voted to Peter Burton. If you're watching Peter, good afternoon. And even though it's morning, but it'd be afternoon when you're watching this. But one of those and a 7300 or indeed a 7610 is you've got the lot then. Next to it I see is an Icom IC-7200 when Yaesu had the FT-897 out, which you saw earlier when we first started the video. Icom came out with this ruggedized transceiver. I have to say a lot of these found their way into military commercial applications. Absolute peach of a one for 749. Very simple to use transceiver, keyboard entry, an enhanced version really of the IC-718, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
So that's there.
Okay, I'm going to do some quick accessories. We've done quite a few radios.
Yeah, why not?
So LDG AT-100 Pro II, great tuner, good tuning range, sort of 10 to 12 to 1 tuning range on these. HF and 6 meters, which is good. Two antenna sockets on the back, so if you're on a separate one for 6 meters. It may say AT-100, but it's 125 watts peak.
I mean, we're selling lots of LDG, but now the Match tuner range come along, it's completely wiped the floor with it. So you'll see us supplying the full range of Matt, of which I see is all up there. And the engineering standard and the quality of Matt really is very high. So if you're thinking about using an auto tune or purchasing one, give the guys a call or pop in and see and feel how well the Mac tuning range is made. It really, I couldn't believe it when I first saw it.
I think that's one 3 years ago. I think that's one of the things. If you've not come to the shop, come to the shop, because a lot of the stuff you see in the magazines.
And the coffee and tea's back on, so if you don't get off it, one ask for it. Yeah. So,
we'll make sure Martin's in that day. We'll make sure he's in that day to make it for you. Keep him busy.
I will, keep busy, something to do. Yeah.
So as I was saying, good thing about having the store here, even you've not been down, come down to the store, because you can look at the radios, the magazines, you can look at the accessories.
And you won't bump into people generally because it's so big.
Exactly.
You can sit around all day and fiddle with the radio. So look, I want to sit down with that. I don't care whether it's a 500 quid one or a £5,000 one. If you want a pair of headphones, give you headphones, give you cups of tea and coffee, and sit there for hours. Because people do, as long as you don't use it as a library, because some people have done that as well. But no, please, it is open every day, 6 days a week. And it'd be a shame not to have a showroom. It really would be, and I'm very proud of the showroom that we've got in this country. And I know people who haven't been here before walk in and see this bit when they first walk in, and then they turn around and they can't believe the size of it. So we haven't reduced it; it's still the same size. Please come down and visit us in store. And
as I said, it is hands-on, so it's not just a case of, here you go, here's a box. This is what you're going to buy.
It's like any of these. You want one of these wired up, we just stick it on Yaesu, Kenwood or Icom bench and wire it up for you with the transceivers. So do that. There's other things. I mean, we've got, again, when I was with Bernie and Brenda, I used to sell Wells meters. They're one of the few Japanese companies that unfortunately went bust. a real shame. Look at the size of that, 1.8 to 160 megs, so HF to 2 meters, and it will handle up to a kilowatt with a nice big 20 watt scale, 200 and 1 kilowatt forward and reflected power. But they really are nice. I've still got my SP-300, which is the triple range one. It's pretty inaccurate on 7T, to be honest, but I've got that and I've still got it. BNOS Electronics, another British manufacturer. Howard and his team, I think they're all retired now. I think the company's still going, but anyway, they used to make a range of amateur amplifiers and power supplies, and this is one of them. 12 volts at 10 amps, and it's very big, but it's a nice quiet power supply with no fan because it's got great big heat sinks on it to keep it cool. Again, Revex. I think Revex were sort of part of Wells. I can never quite remember. A nice little W540, as you can see. That again is up to 200 watts, and that's also just VHF and UHF 270 SEMS with a 4 watt scale. So full scale is 4 watts. Where are we? 20. There it is. There's a 4 watt scale at the bottom. So 1 watt is still reasonably accurate there. 2 watts is bang in the middle, which is great. AT-230 is that?
It is.
Grief, eh? AT-230. The manual tuner, again, 175 is a steal because you could never build this quality with an antenna switch, 200 watts, 20 in reflective power and all the rest of it for that money. And it's really heavy. They really used to make stuff in those days.
So we've been quite lucky lately, and as I always say, it's all about condition, because I know a lot of the older radios we don't resell, but lately some of the stuff that's been coming in has been beautiful.
It's like that lot.
Yeah, exactly. So if we can, and we can put a warranty on it, it's all checked out, thrown in the workshop. So you may have seen the 430 that we had.
Oh yeah.
With all the bits.
Yeah.
So one guy bought everything and got himself a lovely station for
I sold those
£500.
in the early 80s at Amateur Radio Exchange in Acton. That's how long ago we were selling 430s. And the competitor at the time was the FT-757 Yaesu, which pretty well wiped the floor with it because of the price, not because of the performance. 430 was a good rig with the FM unit as an option. Did it have an FM board in it?
Do you know what? I don't think it did.
I don't think
it did.
No. Nothing else. I mean, we're in May, aren't we? We will be having a hog roast this year unless some catastrophe happens, because we didn't have one for the last 2 years, obviously. We couldn't really have had one last year either. It was still a bit dodgy. Certainly come this year, later in the year, November, December, we will be having a hog roast, and the dates will be going up in the next month probably. So please make a date, because we really are going to have a great big
I'm looking forward
jolly
to it.
for that.
It's been a long time.
But we'll see you at Newark.
Yep, we'll be at Newark, also at Michael Rally as well.
And the RSGB convention.
And the RSGB convention, which is the week before Newark.
Great.
And for those of you overseas,
it's not week before this time.
No, they've the other way around. So which is it's fine. It's fine. So yeah, for those of you overseas as well and in the States, we'll be off at Dayton.
We'll
be in Dayton.
Tony and Richard will be there, and they will have their cameras with them, and they'll be taking little videos.
Come and say hello, definitely.
Please do, definitely, if you're going to Dayton.
And you could be featured on something for the weekend.
Fantastic. Yeah, because you're doing it for me, aren't you? Of course.
Yeah, we'll do a couple of interviews or something out there.
Right, anything else? If you've got any used kit that's kicking around the shack, please give Tony or the boys a call. We'd be gladly give you a price, and if you've got the original boxes, we can collect it, or come down and just hand it over to us, and we'll transfer the money into your account or whatever. So that's easy to do. That's it, really.
Yeah, only other news is if you're after a Hustler antenna, be quick, because they're running out.
Is that the end Hustler?
No, not the end of it, but the 4 BTVs, 5 BTVs, and 6 BTVs.
The big
so 6 BTVs we did sell out of.
Yeah.
So there's 5s and 4s left, and obviously we're shipping, etc., being 4 to 6 weeks. Get your orders in now quickly, and the DXE, AOK, DCFs as well, which you're going to need. Yeah. So no, that's it really for me for the moment.
That's it. Lovely to see you all.
Yeah, next week, more news on new stock.
Absolutely. Oh, and give us a call. If you want anything, trade-ins, whatever, call us. That's it. Very last thing, my old mate Chris, G0WTZ, has had a bit of a turn. He's not too well. Please keep your fingers crossed for him. We wish him all the very best from Martin Lynch and Sons, and indeed everybody that knows Chris. So get well, Chris. Definitely. We're looking forward to seeing you soon. All the best.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.